So the big question is this: how do you take $42,000 in assets in a one TrackMan Bay facility in the back of a CrossFit gym and turn it into a 12 bay, 17,000 square foot training facility in just a few years? That's the question, and this is the podcast that's going to give you the answer. Welcome to Inside the Room on Stock Shot Secrets. So this podcast is really geared towards the golf facility owner, and it could be geared, quite frankly, to anybody in business. But we're going to talk a little business right now, not necessarily about hitting stock shots. And the business that I want to talk to you about is, what if your customers were sold on whatever it is that you were doing? We'll just take golf, for example. And they were sold before you even saw them for the first time. Now, for us at the Golf Room, we have a very systematic process that we have, like what we call like an indoctrination series leading into an appointment. Now, if you think about most golf facilities or golf courses or businesses, like chiropractic centers, therapy sessions, dentists, whatever it is, right? What is normally the customer journey that happens? Well, they call up on the phone. They say, I need an appointment for my first visit at the dentist's office, or my first visit at your golf course, or my first visit at your golf facility, and I want to book an appointment. So then they book an appointment, and then they come, and they hope to kind of sell or do whatever it is that they're going to do in that first appointment. But what if the temperature on that customer was turned up on their way to your facility? So like the days and weeks leading into your facility, and by the time they got there, they were so red hot and they were so excited that they're like, oh my gosh, like, where do I sign? Like, just let's go right now. I just can't wait to get started, right? That is what you are trying to do with these onboarding, or not onboarding, but with these indoctrination series leading up to your point. So leading up to that first appointment. So this process is what I kind of call a 3-7-30 drill. So when someone books an appointment with you, there is something, or you get a client that, let's just say if it's even a lead, maybe they haven't even booked something. You could go both ways. You need to do things within that first 3 days to earn their trust and start to build the excitement to what it is that they're about to encounter, right? So on day one, if you got pens and paper, like, you would want to write these, because I'm going to look at ours, and I'm going to tell you exactly what we do at the Golf Room, and you can steal it from us because it works, right? So the first thing that we do on our day one is we tell them a little bit of an origin story about the Golf Room, but then mostly what we do is we share the most powerful student experience that we have that we can bring to light. So for example, one may be, right, that we probably will actually change, because we're actually building this right now, because we're about to have, like, our academy is resetting for the 2025-26 year. So we're going to have these leads that are going to be coming to our open house. So one of the things that we're going to share with them on day one after they have registered is the story of a young man named Parker, who last year was shooting 95 and yesterday shot 71 and won a tournament. This dude took 24 shots off of his score in less than a year. That's insane, right? And we tell the story of how Parker's life changed. Then on day two, we will show them the transformation of Parker, telling about, like, your son or your daughter was just like this, and this is what happens with us over a year. Because if you look at Parker's first video, you're like, whoa. Then you look at the new swing, you're like, this dude's legit, right? I want to be that guy. And you're speaking to the motion in the transformation in day two. And then day three is where we really want to drop something, some type of, like, knowledge bomb on them, so that it makes you sound, or makes us sound, because we are, and you are too, potentially, it makes you be understood as an industry leader. So it might be something, if it's junior golf, about, like, the truth of how to play golf in college, or what is actually required, or does high school golf matter, or whatever it may be, right? And your industry is your industry. So some type of truth bomb that basically establishes you as your as the industry leader. Hey guys, I hope you are enjoying this episode of the Stock Shot Secrets podcast. If you are enjoying it, be sure to like this episode. Be sure to subscribe so you can always see when they're coming out. And most importantly, if you would be so kind to be able to share this podcast with other passionate golfers who are trying to get better and build stock shots, because it grows through you sharing it. Thank you so much for tuning in. And now back to Stock Shot Secrets. Now, as it goes through, after you have those first 3 days, right? What you need to do over the next 7 days is you would send an email basically every other day, and you're following a framework that I kind of use for webinars and discussions, which is really, we've already talked about the origin story, but now they have the idea, whatever it is that you're trying to move them into, they're like, man, I want that. Like, I want to be like Parker. How do I become like Parker? Because Parker's story is my story, and I want to be that story, right? I want to be the next story, right? So you follow a framework of first describing the vehicle of what it is that they need to do to become, let's say, Parker, or to become the guy with the clean teeth if you're a dentist office, or, you know, the guy who had chronic pain and he went to the chiropractor and now he doesn't have pain anymore. Whatever the story may be. Right? What is the vehicle if they're at the bottom of the mountain and the top of the mountain is the goal? What is the vehicle that is going to push them up the mountain, right? So for you guys listening to this, the vehicle is the stock shot, right? If you could have a ball that starts one way, curves back towards the flag, and never over curves the line, and it's always playing offense, and you carve the same channel out of the sky time and time and time and time and time and time again, do you think you would shoot lower scores? The answer is yes. That is the vehicle. The stock shot is the vehicle in which your consistency and your dreams of playing amazing golf happen. It happens through the vehicle of having a stock shot, right? That's what you need to have. Then the question becomes now, when they understand whatever it is that they're getting into, right? Like, you know, whether it's coaching or dentist, you need to then tackle, because what they have going on and what we all have, just because we're human beings, is we have internal false beliefs and external false beliefs. And is our job leaning into that first appointment for the conversion, it is our job to help eliminate those problems that are arising, that are the lies that are in their brain. So for example, one in the golf world would be that, I can't commit to getting better. I don't have enough time. And that's just a lie, because the truth is that if you actually had a systematic approach of how to get better, and you knew that you could practice twice a week for 37 minutes, and you knew for the 37 minutes that you were doing the exact thing that you needed to do to reach your potential, right? And every single minute was packed with efficiency and packed with value, you actually don't need to practice that much. But if you don't have a plan, then now you're just a golf ball whacker guy. So see how, like, understanding and tackling the internal false belief of, or the external false belief of, like, I need more time, right? Those are the things that we need to eliminate over that 7-day indoctrination series. And then as it continues to go, what I find and what my belief is, which is why I'm sitting here with you, and if you look at like my Instagram or you look at like YouTube, I believe in always over-delivering in value and content. I don't want to keep my gold and keep my special stuff just for me. I want to share it with you. Like, I want to give it to you. It is my calling to help you be the best version of you and fulfill your unique God-given design. So what happens a lot of times with companies is they go, well, we're going to give you kind of it, but we're not going to give you like the whole thing. And I'm like, no. Like, just continue to pour in and continue to give value and earn the trust of that client or that customer. And then they will want to be in relationship and in partnership with you because of the fact that they trust you in the guidance that you're giving. But what we find is that with companies is that you don't really ever get this indoctrination series leading into your appointment. It's just like you get your appointment, you get your confirmation email, you show up, and it's like you don't really know what's about to happen. Whereas if you can indoctrinate them as to what it is that they need to do, and how you are going to help them reach their goal, then by the time they get there, they're just like, yeah, I want to know some of the details, but I'm already sold. Like, this is going to be amazing. I can't wait, right? And then that's how you're starting to increase the level of conversions that you have in whatever business that you're in, right? And we're all in business unless you've won the lottery, right? We all have business, and so this kind of applies to everybody. But I wanted to kind of share this 3-7-30 piece so that you can kind of do it, because then after that 7 pieces, that on the 30 days, you continue to like pour more value and get them more excited, so that by the time they get there, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm here, right? Like, it's kind of like when it makes me remind me, we went on that the Icon of the Seas ship for Royal Caribbean. And before we went on the Icons of the Seas ship 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, we watched like every YouTube video there was. So by the time I got there, I was so excited and so giddy. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm here. I made it. Like, take my money. Here's more money, right? Like, just giving them everything because I was so excited to be there. And that's what you need to do for your customers before they come show up at your facility for the first time. And if you do this, I promise your conversions will go up because ours did. So hopefully this helps. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you for another episode of Inside the Room, kind of telling some of the secrets and some of the trade secrets, proprietary secrets that we have at the golf room. But that way I can share it with you so that hopefully your business can be more successful. So thanks so much. We'll see you soon. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in to the latest episode of Stock Shot Secrets. I want to invite you, the business owner who would like to learn how to scale your revenue to make more money inside your business. I want to invite you to Columbus. Spend a few days with me where I show you everything that we do at the golf room to build our business to go from like 1 bay to 2 bays, and then 2 to 3 and 3 to 4, 4 to 6 and 6 to 12, and now the largest player development facility in America. I'm going to show you everything we have, basically give you the franchise code, if you will, on how we go about our business. So I want to invite you to learn more about it. Just go to thegolfroom.com/business-coaching, and you can learn all about this process and see if it's a good fit for you. And hopefully I see you soon in Columbus, Ohio.